Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to my craft room. If we've not met before, my friend, my name is Liz, and today we're gonna have some crafty fun. We are going to create poinsettias 6 different ways. We've got frosty, snowy, vellum, coloured card, and some different techniques of colouring and shaping. So we're also going to make a very quick and easy card for Christmas. I don't know about you, but Christmas rolls around. I know it's December the 25th, but every year I'm just so behind in my card making for my friends and family. So this year I'm going to get a jump start with the fantastic festive holly collection from Angelica. So let me flip the screen and let me make sure I can see your comments. Let me know you're here. And these are the bits we're going to make the card with. Okay, so I've got them all cut and ready. Not made the card yet. Hey, Joe, Petra, Nicole, Anita, Gwendolyn, Belinda, yay! Hello, everybody. It's our fun time together. Katie, Robin, it's good that you're all here. Okay, so let's have a look at the poinsettias. Now, throw me some hearts, those of you on Facebook, for the one that you love the most. So I've got this one. So we've got nice little pointy ends, and we've got coloured with some green and some red in there and some stamens. And then we've got this gorgeous frosty looking one. Let me see if we can catch that on the camera. I don't know. This is absolute, oh, there you go. A really lovely, fine micro glitter. Makes a lovely frosty look. And obviously it's in blues and greens. I know poinsettias aren't blue and green, but when we're creating our festive projects, then we can create them any colour we want, can't we? And then we've got this gorgeous flower as well. And then this is a snowy look, and this is made with coloured cardstock. So if you want to make really quick flowers, then coloured cardstock could be your friend. Vellum, that gives a completely different look. You can see it's all coloured on the back. We're going to go through this step by step. And Sylvia, you're loving the blue one. Ooh. Leslie, the sparkly one. Yay. The blue one is really pretty, I have to say. And then I was inspired by Sylvia, I can't remember. I apologise. With their white poinsettias. So you can see I've got some green in there and some little stamens. So that one's super sparkly. So let's go ahead and start. And we're going to create one of each of these together. And then I'm going to have lots of flowers ready, aren't I, for my Christmas projects. Yay. Now, which one shall I start with? Which one have I got up first in my box? I think we will go with this one. Okay. So, Belinda, you're saying that one we've made with Christmas design paper might be fun too. Oh my goodness, yes. That would be lush. Now, I'm doing coffee and craft tomorrow, so I'll be here again at 8 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow. And I have another poinsettia and a project to create. So if you are loving what we're going to do today, then make sure to tune in, because we're going to keep it going tomorrow. I got a lovely one, and some lovely ideas with creating sparkly foliage. Hey, I love sparkles, especially at Christmas time. And Gwendolyn, you love sparkles too. Yay. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I am using the Poinsettia dies from the Festive Holly, and I am using, I've already pulled 4 of them out, but I'm actually, so for this one, you can see I've got 5 die cuts. There's a smaller die as well. So I'm going to use each one and layer them together to build the flower. But what you can do is mix and match. So you could cut smaller ones, not use the bigger ones, just use those 3. You could cut a couple of the same size for the base and then layer up. And each way you do it will create a different shaped flower. So there's dies for flowers create so much versatility. It is just how you shape it and how you colour it. So I need a piece of paper, and we are going to colour our card. Now I'm using the soft finish cardstock. Okay, and I've cut it so that the smooth side is on the top. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my daubers. And the colours I'm going to use for this one are Distress Oxides. And I'm using Candied Apple. I have to say, this is a new favourite of mine. If you saw me do Coffee and Craft a couple of weeks ago, I used Candied Apple sprays. Oh, it's lush and perfect for Christmas, and it's a really lovely colour for those robins, for their tummies. And I'm using peeled paint as well. Now remember to like, comment and share for a chance to win a $50 gift certificate for the website. So I'm going to take my green, and I am not going to colour much of it. Okay, so I'm just going to colour the tips. Actually, that was a bit too much. I always should remember to take my ink off. So I'm going to bring some in like so. And then I'm going to do a little piece over here. Okay, and I'm going to do that for each one. So I thought that we would do the whole flower today. And not have anything prepared, you know, not already have my layers coloured. I thought it would be nice to see each flower actually made in full. Okay, so I'm just adding random pieces. You could put green on everyone if you wanted, that's up to you. You could also do at the back you could colour one of these completely in green and add that onto the back. So that's something that I haven't done. Okay, and just pop these on. Got another one like so. There we go. And then I am going to come in with my candied apple. I'm going to definitely take some of that off. And I'm just going to colour my petals. Now you can see that the ink, adding the ink, is just catching and showing the embossing. So it all shows through, and that's really lovely. Gives a really lovely effect. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. Carol, a nice selection of pretty flowers. I love that you're loving the flowers. It's sometimes, and I don't know about you, but sometimes you get something home and you go, oh, what do I do with it? How do I start? What? And I just need some ideas. So I just think it's really fun to have different options to create. You know, not everyone's going to love all 6 of these flowers, but there may be one or two that you absolutely love and want to recreate. And that's fantastic. Now, I'm sure everyone's already in the Facebook group, but if you're not, make sure you join the family, Elizabeth Craft Designs family group, and share your projects with us. We love to see. And it's fun in there. It's a fun place to be. A really friendly, safe environment. And always makes me smile on how supportive our crafting family is of each other, and encouraging and inspiring each other. I've got another one here. Here we go. He was escaping. There we go. I don't know, but I find this really, really therapeutic. Katie, you're asking, have I got the textured side up? No, I'm using the smooth side up. So the textured side is on the bottom. That's just my preference because that's how I like my flowers to look. I know that some of the design team use it the other way around, and it gives a different effect, you know. So try whichever one you love the most. Crafting is fun. It's supposed to be fun. It helps us in times when, you know, life's not so great. Crafting is our safe place, our go-to place. And it's just fun to keep trying things. So have a play, discover what it is that you like. Right, now, there they are. I was looking for my mats. Okay, so what am I going to do? I've coloured them. So, just making sure I remember how I shaped these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really small shaping tool. Okay. Oh, Nicole, you say you love the ECD family. There's lots of ideas. Absolutely. The design team and the designers are so generous in sharing and inspiring each other. I've got my magic spray. It's just water. Any tap water anywhere in the world will do the same. Funny story. I was on a booth years ago, and people just wondered what we were spraying flowers with, and didn't believe it was water. So it was real good fun to have fun with that. Now then, I am just running this tool down the middle like so, which will be down the middle of the petal. And there we go. Now, I have no idea how long this is going to take, okay? I just figured we would go craft together for as long as it takes. I'm sure if it takes just a little bit longer, you won't mind. So I am just running my tool down like so. You can see it's shaping the petal. And then what I'm going to do is come in on the other side, and I'm just going to take a bigger tool, and I am actually pushing down, not just in the center, but towards the base of that petal. Okay, Debbie, you love to make dimensional flowers. Yay! It's really fun, really therapeutic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and pinch the end. Okay, so you don't have to. You can, this is your flower. You can absolutely not do this step if you don't want to. You can just leave them as they are. So I'm just going to shape those like so. And I'm going to do the same to this one, like so. Now, people often ask me, why do we spray our flowers? And I spray my flowers because it helps to break down the fibres. And when it dries, the fibres stay in the shaped form. So that's why I give my flowers a spray. There we go. So we're just going to do each of these like so. In fact, I think 1, 2, 3, but yeah, we're just going to do 4 layers on this one. And like so. That's escaping me a little bit. And just bring them up like so. There we go. And those are coloured. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to put stamens in this, yeah, so we got proper stamens in this. What I'm going to do is I am going to put a hole into the centre of my flower and just push that through, because I want a fairly wide hole. Now I'm going to do that to all of them like so. Ooh. Yeah, I was thinking I wasn't doing this one, but I am, aren't I? There we go. Sharon, flowers don't always have to be shaped. You know, you can just literally curl them in, tickle its tummy, I always call it. So you can literally just tickle its tummy in the middle, bring it up, and you've got a flower. You know, all flowers in nature are completely different. So, well, so I would normally do this with hot glue, but I seem to have forgotten my hot glue gun. My little girl has, well, she's on summer vacation and she's not so little, she's 13 and a half. She was like, Mum, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? So she raided my craft room. So our dining table is full of all sorts of things that she's been creating. She's been creating flowers too, which is super awesome. So I'm just going to use my wet glue. Now, hot glue kind of grabs a lot quicker, but you know, we can use wet glue. So, oh, hey, you know what? I forgot to pinch all of these. Oh, that's because I was talking. I don't know about you, but I get talking and then I forget what I'm doing. There we go. So that's fine. We're good. We're good. It's always good, I always think, to make a mistake. Because that's how we learn from each other. Yeah? So you can see that although I didn't shape them, I can actually shape them on my stamen right now. There we go. There you go. So you can see how this is coming together. And you can see how that green just pops. And my glue's getting dry. I don't know. There we go. So what's my next layer? This one. Okay, so I'm just layering them in the way that they've been designed to work together. Angelica has created them, as you saw earlier. They're not symmetrical, I guess. So they're designed to just layer together. I mean, this is coming together beautifully. You could stop here. Yeah, we could stop here if we wanted to. But I am going to add that next one on because I just might need this one tomorrow for copy and craft. I think that this is my favourite. But, you know, I might change my mind. So you can see that I actually did this lighter. So this is a softer poinsettia, because what I didn't do is I didn't come back in with my ink. Now, to create this effect, I love this effect, yeah? It's very different. So to create this effect, where's my ink gone? I need to come back in with my ink and just ink the sides, yeah? So we've got a double whammy out of this one, because we can have a beautiful, delicate, pinky red one, or we can have a more vibrant one, like so. Okay, I don't know which one I like best, the paler one or the darker one. Tell me, I want to hear what you think. Yeah, the paler one or the darker one. I think this one would look amazing, all glittered up. Anyway, that's that one. Which one shall we do next? I think we'll stay with the red, because I've got my red ink out, so we might as well stay with that. And I'm going to show you a fun way of colouring these stamens. So these were white, absolutely white. Okay, Belinda, you like the darker. You say you like both of those. Leslie, you like both of those. Petra, you like them both. Carol, you like darker by just a bit. Yeah, I love that I forgot to ink the edges, because now we've got a bonus flower out of it. Hey, there we go. Right, so we're going to create these ones now. I've done them in 2 different sizes when I prepped them, and all that was just using the different layers in sizes. Belinda, you love these ones that you've got out now. Yeah, I have to say, these is a claw. I said those are my favourite. These might be my favourite. I don't know. And Sylvia, yeah, poinsettias come in different colours. Yeah. Kimberly, you like the pale one. Karen, you like them both. Yeah. Right. So we're going to need stamens for this one. So I've just got some white stamens, and I have pulled out, how many have I got? 2, 4, 5. Now, Els and I had a fantastic conversation about stamens that are on string, and I got a fantastic tip to share with you, because it's really hard to get that through the holes that we've made in our flowers. Yeah, so when I use stamens with wire, which is what this one is, yeah, I'm going to cut this off, and I get some leftovers. So I'm going to use my wire. I keep all of my wire, and I am just going to hook it through the middle, pull that up so that they are in the middle, and then give that a nip and a twist. Yeah. And this will then go through the paste hole that we create really easily. Now, my stamens are yellow, and you're going to say to me, Liz, how did you get them yellow? Debbie, it's good to see you. Yay! And yay, ketchup is fantastic, isn't it? So I'm going to use sunflower, okay, and sunflower ink. There we go, and it is archival. And all I'm going to do is place my stamens on my ink pad, yeah, and press them in. And I'm going to make sure I get it on my thread at the top, just the top bit, because that's gonna, I'm just putting the ink onto my stamens, really, and onto the top bit of the thread, because that's the bit that's going to poke out, like so. And there we go. We now have yellow stamens. Yeah, you get inky fingers, but hey, we're crafters, aren't we? We're used to inky fingers. Right, so I'm going to put those to one side. And then I'm going to bring my card out. Again, I've got everything. If it's paper that I'm using, it is soft finish that I am using. Right, So what we're going to do this time, we are going to, don't need that one. We're going to take our candied apple again. Yeah. Oh, you're loving that tip. That's awesome. Yeah. Another good way of colouring statements is if you've got alcohol ink pens, you can just colour them with your pens as well. So I always like the white ones for that. Yay! Belinda! Alcohol markers. Great minds think alike, eh? Right. So I'm going to take some ink off. Now, to colour these ones, let me bring it over onto some white. I am going to do a motion, it's just an up motion, so that most of my ink colour is coming into the centre. Yeah. And keep doing that. I could put some more colour in the centre there. So I'm not exactly colouring all of it. Yes, you can see that it's colouring that centrepiece and kind of shading on the outer. It isn't completely white. It's just taking that colour. There we go. There we go. Now I could colour these all night, and I often do. So when I'm making like Christmas, I don't know about you. Oh my gosh, how many Christmas cards do you make each Christmas, each festive season? How many? I lose count. I really don't know. Let me know in the comments how many you make. Is it over 100? Is it 10, 20? Is it a couple of hundred? Do you make Christmas cards for charity? So when I'm making lots of cards, it's sometimes nice to have a card that's easy to do, and maybe make the same card but various versions. And the way to make various versions of the same card is to have different flowers on it. So I will cut out lots of flowers. In fact, I often buy a second die for my flowers so that I can cut more out in one go. Makes it easier, much quicker. And I'll sit with it on my lap on a tray while watching telly with my family, and I'm whiling away my time, being present with my girls, and still doing something that is mindful and that I love. So because I have to say, making flowers is something that I love. I was saying to Isabella the other day how my granddad had green fingers. Oh my gosh, he had green fingers. He fed the whole family. I mean, you know, he had 3 kids and they all had kids and sisters and brothers, and he fed everybody. He had such green fingers. Me, nope. I can't keep a plant alive for very long. But I get enjoyment by making my paper flowers. So we're all different. There we go. Carol, you haven't done Christmas for years. You make 1 card for your best friend and that's it. Awesome. Sylvia, you make 25, but all different. Leslie, about 30. Nice. Femke, no, you don't need the triangle daubers to colour it this way. It's just what I had in my stash. You can just use the circle ones, and use the top of the curve. You'll get a nice effect that way as well. So, but there was a good question. Good question. There we go. Karen, you make about 50 cards a year, but you're not sure if you'll make it this year. Oh, my friend. I know that you will give it your best shot, I'm sure. Belinda, 50 to 60 cards. Yeah. Sending a big hug there, Belinda. Wow. Isn't it awesome? Awesome. Right, now then, how am I going to shape these ones? Oh, yes. Yes. Right. This one's fun, okay? Let's turn this over because that's the colours distracting me. I don't know about you guys. Nicole, 5 families for close family, and I'm sure they absolutely treasure those. Right, what I'm going to do is I have a tool that's like a quilling tool. So it's got a slit down it, okay? So a quilling tool kind of thing. And all I'm going to do is go to this central line and I'm going to fold it up, okay? And I'm going to do that to all of them. Let's give it a spray first. See? There we go. Belinda, you do 3 different styles of Christmas cards just because it's so fun too. Yes, it really is fun to make different ones, isn't it? I always start with the best of intentions. I don't always get there with everything that I need. Yeah, Anita, you do yours for loved ones. Nice. Okay, so, and now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take something that I can curl it round. Okay, so I'm just using one of these tools. It's a golf tool. But something that is round that you can curl it round, okay? And I'm just going to curl each side of the flower like so. So it gives it that shape, that petal shape, yeah? There we go. So if I'm not sure it's picking up on, I'm just going to take the edge, pop it onto my tool and curl it round, yeah? Do the same on both sides, like so. And then I'll just come in and pinch it back. And that's how we shape these petals. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to come in with my stylus tool, maybe not such a big one like that. And again, you can see I am pressing down on the petal edge, yeah? Not just in the center, but I want to create that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do to all of these. Anita, super fun. Yay. You're loving the tool. Right, so we will keep chatting and keep shaping. Okay, I have to remember what I'm doing as I'm talking. There we go. So we're going to do this. So is it good seeing them all made right from scratch, all 5 layers? Is that helpful? Let me know. You're seeing it in real time. You know, it gives you a good idea. And, you know, the more you do, the more you like to... the more you do, the easier it gets, yeah? People have often said to me, Liz, you know, mine didn't turn out like that. Keep practicing. That's all it is. Just keep practicing, yeah? And at the end of the day, it's a bit of paper. Bit of paper. A lot of love goes into that paper. Don't get me wrong, you know. But, yeah. In fact, a lot of love goes into all of our projects, doesn't it? You know, it's creating art that is a little piece of us, yeah? Because each of these flowers is going to be different. You know, not any one is going to be the same. So it's a little piece of me and a little piece of you going into these. You know, we're here together chatting, and each flower is different. There we go. Maureen, you like watching it from start to finish. Yay. Okay. Joe, it's good to see how everyone makes their flowers. Many different techniques. There really are. And I mean, you all know we've got an amazing design team, and I can't remember, is there 15 or 16 people on the paper flowers team? If you look at all the projects from the Festive Holly release, you will see completely different flowers from each person. Everybody has a special something that they bring to their own flower, you know. I'm not you, you're not me, and we each bring us to it, yeah. There we go. I know my my girls, they make me smile. They get so upset if they think they're not getting a handmade card with flowers on for their birthdays and Christmas. So they certainly love them. And, you know, I know my eldest one, Caitlin, she has hers up in her room, you know. So it's lovely when your work is appreciated and treasured, isn't it? And, you know, we get joy out of creating these things, but we also then get joy out of seeing the look on our friends and family's faces when they open what we've made for them, you know. Okay. Right, so I've got my petals all made. Let's put a hole in. So I'm going in the centre. There we go. Got my stamens all coloured. Where are we? So with 2 flowers in. I think the blue one and these 2 are probably the ones that take the longest, I guess. Right, now then, where am I? Stamens. So we're just going to thread them through, glue them up. There we go. So we could, you know, these are fantastic because look at that as a flower on its own. I mean, you know, we could just leave it like that. I'm going to take that fine tip off because my glue, I forgot to put my pin in it while I've been talking. There we go. So remember to like, comment and share for a chance to win the $50 gift certificate. I think that's awesome. I mean, gosh, what crafty things would you get with if you won? Woohoo! I don't know about you, but I know I have a wish list of all the crafty things. Woohoo! There we go. So I'm just gonna swizz that around. There we go. Katie used to do about 35 to 40 cards with 8 to 10 different designs. Oh, Katie, I'm so sorry. Yay, that's so good that you're getting in the spirit again, my friend. That is awesome. I'm glad that crafting is there for you in your life. So we could leave it like that. Again, you know, we could stop at any point with this. I guess it depends on your project as to what size you want. But yeah, okay. Thread that one through. I am going to have so many poinsettias all ready to craft with. Woohoo! There we go. Now, what I do like to do, and I don't remember if I said this on the last one, is I like to put some glue at the back just to finish that off so that when I cut the stamens, they don't all fall out. Okay, so that's that one. Throw me some hearts if you love this one. Right, next. I think we'll go with the Vellum because the other ones have got glitter with them, and once I get glittery fingers, everything's going to get glittery. So we'll go with this one. Okay, so this is just Vellum, nice and easy, this one. Now I've shaped it two different ways. We're going to just shape it one way, but look how different that looks. So this one, I literally took the petals and got my tool. Oh, I just dropped a tool. Let me pick that up because I'm going to need it. I used my slit, my little quilling kind of tool, and did the bit we've just done, yeah, and curved it like that. And then all I did was tickle its tummy and left it like that. So that's, again, we started with 6, we've got 8 now, haven't we? Just because they're different ways of shaping or colouring. Right, so we're going to use this little piece from the poinsettias for our centres, and what I've done is I have coloured them back and front. Okay, do them back and front with my yellow. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to come in with my yellow. Now the easiest way to do this is to get a piece of card, yeah, I'll put it the right way around, get your ink, get a brush, and just do this, yeah, do this both sides, lay your die down, run it through the die cutting machine, and it's coloured. You don't have to fiddle around with pieces that are cut that are really small and colouring. That is the way that I found is the easiest. So just thought I wanted to make sure I shared that one with you. Right, don't need that. Right, so I'm going to do this on the back. Okay, so that's my back. Now this is going to be harder to, oh, it is showing up all right. Doing it on the backs. That's the back, that's the back. So I'm going to come in with my yellow. I'm using archival, and I'm just going to colour those centres like so. So this one's a nice easy one, yeah. Just do this. Now the dark, I always use darker inks on Vellum because I'm colouring on the back so that they look paler then on the front. Okay, there we go. Right, so that's the yellows. Then I'm going to come in. Now I'm using Stays On. I've used Archival and Stays On because I don't want it to lift off my ink. And I'm using Black Cherry. You will have a favourite colour that you'll have. This is just because this is what I've got in my stash. But it's a lovely colour for a poinsettia. So I am just going to colour these tips like so. Yeah, I'm kind of doing it so that it's like a flame, I guess. The colouring in the centre, yeah. There we go. That's one. Right. Does Leslie do green vellum then would be really cool succulent? Oh yes, it would. It would. Nice idea. I mean, you can get coloured vellum. Have fun with that. Yeah. Now, one of the things I want to say is this is a heavier weighted vellum. This is 180 GSM vellum. That's what we use for creating flowers with vellum. The lighter vellum, it'll give you a different effect. It'll work, but it won't be quite the same. Just because it's lighter and it doesn't hold the shape as well. So there we go. This is so relaxing, colouring all these flowers. There we go. Then the last one. Now I did try it with just the red, with just the red ink, and it looked nice, don't get me wrong, but I just thought having that yellow in the centre gave it something different, a little bit more of a lift. Yeah. Belinda, you've got some coloured vellum you forgot about. Hey, wow, that's awesome that you've got some. Give a go, have fun. Right, what have we got? Let me put this ink away because I'll get it all over my arms and that'll be interesting. Right, let's bring out my mats, pick these up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 of these for the centre. Yeah, so these are part of the poinsettia die, and I am just going to tickle its tummy, push it down so that they come up like so, and I'm just going to layer one on top of the other. Now you could do more, you could create like a bud effect, you know, push them together, but what I discovered was the tweezers are a fantastic tool for this, and I'm just going to pop them in like so, push down in the centre, let that dry. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do with this, I am just going to curl it. So I'm just going to curl the petals. Now, as I said, this version I just folded in the middle, so you could do that. We can do this, and then because it's a heavier weight, it does hold its shape better. So I'm just curling it round. Now I'm not using a tool to shape it because it creates a white effect. Just curling it really is nice. Like so. There we go. Well, ladies, we are going to be in for a little longer than an hour. Yay! You know, my favourite time, I like to hang out. Why not? We just hang out for as long as it takes. There was me thinking it would it'd be done so quick and I ought to need a card to put the flower on. But we will still do it. We will still do it. Right, what am I going to do? I'm just going to come in and push my flower down like so. There we go. And then we're just going to glue the layers on top of each other and pop that centre on. There we go. Let's find a... Okay. I'm not going to worry about glue and vellum because I'm going to put that centre there. Got some glue extra there, so we'll pop that on there. Pop that in there. Give it a push down. Now you can, remember, you can carry on shaping with your fingers as well. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of here, pop this in the centre, and that's a vellum flower done. There we go. There we go. Throw some hearts if you love this one. So we have poinsettia 1, 2 and 3 with 2 versions of 1 and 3. This one's the paper one. Okay, so this is just red card. We've shaped it the same and we've done the centre the same as the vellum. Okay, the only difference is it's red card. Now, I know that some people love just to cut out in coloured card. Some people love to colour with inks. And whichever works for you is fantastic. Okay, so what am I going to do with this? We're going to shape it. It's shaped exactly the same way. Okay, so it's the same flower but just in paper. And what we're going to do is, I've got some dries white glue. Okay, and I am just going to put some glue onto the ends of my petals because I'm going to create a snowy look. Now snow goes all over. This I haven't done every one on this one. This is a smaller one. We can do that. But this is dries white, so it will dry white wherever you put it. Yeah, and then I've just got a pot of glitter. Look at my pot of glitter. Oh, I love my pot of glitter. Yeah, and I'm just gonna put some glitter over it. This is a coarser glitter. Yeah, and we just get a snowy effect. So that's how we create a snowy poinsettia. I'm not so sure I like it with it on all of them. You've never seen a glue that dries white, Belinda. So yeah, this is oh, that's the dries clear. That's what I use for my flowers, general everything, and then a dries white. So it just dries white, and you can, oh my gosh, you can create so many fun snowy scenes. My goodness, it's a glue that I love, have to say. So yeah, that's creating a snowy effect. Red card, fantastic. Right, let me put a lid on that glitter pot because you know what's going to happen, yeah? You know it's going to go everywhere. It'll go in the dog and everywhere, yeah? Right. Yes, Belinda, dries clear and add glitter. That's what we're going to do with these two. So this is we're going to create these effects next. Yeah, Els is going to the Netherlands. Well, she's actually going to the show first and then off to the Netherlands. So yes, definitely going on a fun trip. Okay, right. Which one shall we do? The blue or the white one? Boom, 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 boom. Shall we do the blue one? Yeah, let's do the blue one. I think we'll go for another piece of paper so that I don't get my inks together. Right. So, as I said, this one is using your imagination. I don't know, it's such beautiful colouring. It really is, the inks that I'm using. So we've got the same paper, the same stamps, stamps, not stamps. The same size petals, there we go. And I am going to put in the centre, these centres are different, look, they've got prills in. So I'm actually using lettuce entertain you prills. Yeah, these are gorgeous. It makes great easy flower centres. And then the colours, I am going to use Vivid Chartreuse and Forget Me Not. And they are Ranger Archivals. I just need my daubers. Okay, so let's do this. Right, so I am going to use a circular motion, colour in the centre of these. These are really can wow your friends and family with these, because you know, colouring these is easy, you know. I have to admit, I do love the inked look of coloured flowers. But that's just because that's what I'm used to. You know, we've all been crafters for many years, and it's just what I'm used to. I've made paper flowers for a very long time. And it's just what I'm used to. So I like that effect. Okay. So we've got the centre done. Now we're going to use that again on this one. But for now, we're going to bring in the Forget Me Not. And just need a... So I'm just going to colour those. Just fill in the colour, you know. Just like so. Because I'm going to go around the edges with this one, just like the first one that I didn't do, and we got a paler flower. There we go. Nicole, you love them, so they are now only green. Yes. They look very natural, don't they, like this? I know that, you know. And we're going to do that with the other one. Okay. Yeah, Belinda, I agree. The soft finish cardstock for flowers is fantastic. It's really easy to apply the ink to. You know, it's going on really well, and it keeps the colour really nicely as well. You know, I've been with Elizabeth Craft Designs January last year. I came on the design team, and then started to work for the office just a little bit after that. But where was I going with this? The cardstock. I fell in love with the cardstock for my flowers. I really did. And the flowers that I made way back then, yeah, they're still as good as the day I made them, which is what we want, isn't it? You know, we want our flowers to still look as vibrant and as beautiful, because they sure do make people smile. You know, I know here in the UK, if you're in hospital, you can't have real flowers, right? Which is kind of sad, but I understand. But if you make somebody a card with flowers on, they've got everlasting flowers, and they can stay with them all the time. So I'm just going to come in like so. So you can just see how that's lifted. Yeah. It's all so fun. Yes, Belinda, the flowers stay nice for years. Katie, the best cardstock for shaping things. I agree. And it's fantastic for doing your art journaling on as well. I know David uses it for that, and you know, the way the inks move on it and sit on it is just fantastic. So there we go. Ooh, I'm gonna have lots and lots of flowers. I'm gonna have to do lots and lots of projects, aren't I? But I'm super excited that tomorrow I'm going to be back for Coffee and Craft. Coffee and Craft is every Thursday at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. We just start the day off together. If you're in the US, have afternoon time together. If you're over in Europe, hang out, chat, and a bit of crafting, you know. So I am going to follow on tomorrow. I have another poinsettia idea which uses the microfine glitters and something for the foliage, which we've not even talked about today, you know, but we need foliage with our flowers. You know, the winter greenery set is fantastic. And then we'll make a project as well. But all right, shall we go with this one as well? I don't know, let's do it. We can change our minds. Now this is going to be a swirly curly flower, yeah. Okay, Anita, it's been great. Thank you for joining me, my friend. Have a good rest of your evening. I know over in Europe it's coming up to 9 o'clock. So, yeah. Right. So I am going to spritz. And I am going to twist and curl. Okay, so I am going to curl them, and you can see I'm curling them different ways. So it's going to be pretty random how this looks, yeah. So I'm just kind of getting the tip and twisting that way. See how that's curled over? This one hasn't. So we're going to have lots of different curly cues. Yeah. I do like twisting them round. Yeah. So we've twisted, we have pinched, we have curled, we've folded in half, in effect. Right, let me bring my mat in. There we go. It was keeping my knee warm. Right. Nope, that was too big. There we go. Just going to press down. And now I want to make sure I do this while the card's wet, because I really want it to dry in that shape. Yeah. Carol, fishing line is good and can't be seen if you use the clay one. Use it for all kinds of things. Whoa. Nice idea. Okay, so let's just twist. Because we've got so many layers, you know. Now remember, I'm doing different ones. I might just do those three. Let's just do these three, see what it looks like. We're just going to glue them. Ooh, my glue's running. Together. Like so. There we go. Push down in the centre. So this one's a bit of a smaller one. Yeah. So we could keep going and add that, but I'm going to stay to this size, I think. And then what I'm going to do is I bring my tray in, my trusty tray. make sure I have my dries clear adhesive, and I'm just going to put a pool of glue in the center. Yeah. And then I'm going to take my frills and I am just going to pour them into the center, and I would leave them like that to dry for a little while. Okay, and then all you can do is tip them out and you've got your flower all done. Yeah, so I'll leave that to one side. Now the reason why I do it in my tray is because I can pick up my frills and put them back in my pot. So last one. Are we still good? Are we still good? We're still having fun? So we're going to do this very glittery one. Yeah, very glittery one. This one is super easy. We are going to use the same technique we did to create the stamens. So I'm going to put them together like so. And then get a piece of wire. Fold them in half. And give it a twist. And then I am going to use my green. So I'm going to bring my Vivid Chartreuse. I'm going to colour my stamens up. Yeah, it's a really quick way of doing it. It really is. There we go. Some stamens are done. And let me move this because right now I don't want this. And then all we're going to do is we are going to colour. So look, I've done some little ones like this. You can use these as filler flowers with your other flowers, yeah? So let's just do these three and make a small one. So I'm going to come in with my green, just like we did before with the blue one. Give it that centre colour, like so. And then the last one. Oh my goodness, my fingers aren't working. There we go. And that's all we're going to do with this one. Just colour it like so. Now you could absolutely just shape them and create this poinsettia as it is. But what we're going to do is bring my mat back in. We are going to shape them, and I am going to use a shaping tool with this one. So I am going to just come down each side of my petal like so. Going to shape that up, turn it over, push it down, and let it dry. Do the same with this one. And this one, do this together. Hey, I really appreciate that you're staying with me. As I said, I didn't know how long this was going to take, but I wanted to bring you lots of different ideas. Yeah. There we go. Push this one down. Let's do the same with this. Now this looks amazing on the lantern. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing on the lantern. Yeah. In white card, cut the lantern in white card. Els made the lantern, so if you missed out on that one, you need to go onto our YouTube account and check out the replay of that. Els did a fantastic project. But if you cut it in white card, these really look amazing on it. So we are going to pull our stamens through. I'm not sure what the conversation's going on. I can see that Elsie's saying she loves it too much. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Oh, Katie, I appreciate you staying. So we're just gonna pull these through. So as I say, you could absolutely just have, I know one of you said how much you loved it with just the white and the green, yeah, but it looks fantastic, doesn't it? It really does. Okay, now then, I'm going to make it all glittery. And glitter, I love my glittered flowers. I have to say, I love my glittered flowers. There we go. Right, so we could leave it like this. So we started with 6, we went to 8. This could be number 9. Yeah. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to glitter it. So how I glitter mine, I'm going to get a piece of card or piece of paper that doesn't have any ink on it. Right, and I'm just going to put some glue, dry clear glue. Yeah, that might be enough, I don't know, onto it like so. And I'm going to get a bit of Hydro Sponge, and I'm going to get my glitter pot, my nice big glitter pot. So I've got that ready. Now if you hear me go, oh no, I've spilt it. Hopefully we won't do that. Okay, right. Femke, you're saying for a beginner like you, the different ways of shaping is helpful. Yeah, I'm so glad that. And you're going to watch this again and again to help me practice. That is a fantastic idea. We will put this onto YouTube. I know it disappears from Facebook after 30 days, but it will be on YouTube. So make sure to save it and into a playlist of your own kind of thing, and then put me on pause as you go along, you know, do a little bit. You don't have to do all 6 flowers at once. Yeah, so I've just literally painted the glue onto my flowers. Yeah, and I'm just going to bring it in to my glitter even, and voila, one gorgeous glittery flower. Now I didn't pick up enough glitter on here, so I'm just going to come back in, add some more glue where I've missed, and just pop it back in. There we go. And then kind of give it a bit of a squeeze, you know, a bit of a pinch at the bottom, make it shake, because it's quite wet now. Yeah, leave it to dry, and that's it. And you've got a lovely flower. So we started with 6, we ended up with 9 different ideas. How amazing is that? And this was the bit that I wasn't sure on. Okay, so I wanted to, we've got all these flowers, what do we do with them, you know? So we're gonna just put together a card. Now I am using the Festive Ornate frame. Yeah, this is beautiful. I love the frames. Love the frames. They make fantastic shaped cards. Now you know how easy this is. Yeah, we've done this before. We're going to make a card base. We're going to take the big die. Yeah, let me get that one out. We're going to take the big die, and we are going to lay it over a folded piece of card so that it creates a hinge. Yeah, you're not going to die cut all of it. So that's our base. Then we're going to cut it again. I'm moving my glitter because I nearly knocked it over, and we're going to glue this to this. Now I nearly did it the wrong way. The best way to do this is to add glue to the base and then add this one on, because I don't want to get glue on this bit here. And that would be so easy for me to do, for sure. Yeah, give it a push down. And then I've cut a piece out of the paper. The paper pad is gorgeous. Oh my, look at this, what this is. Oh, absolutely delicious. Now I've confessed before to getting all my papers out and stroking them. And I have to say, I'm glad I got more than one pad of this, because this is going to be a firm favourite. Love the colours. Love the colours. Right. So the next bit is I'm going to take this piece. Yeah. This nice, beautiful, decorative piece. And we're going to cut it in gold and white. So you can see I have shadow dropped this. Yeah. Petra, you're saying the lovely flowers. Yay. Thank you. Kathleen, you're saying it's beautiful. Nons, you love the ideas. Nance, that's awesome. So I've just glued that down into the centre. I mean, you know when you think, oh my gosh, I'm doing my card upside down. No. Isn't it coming together lovely? Absolutely lovely. So I've cut another piece out the paper. Stamped the stamp set, which has disappeared. There you go. So this is the festive holly sentiments, and I've stamped the Christmas greetings. There's holiday cheer, Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and lots of other ones. Now I test. I never thought of this. Look at this. Belinda, let me check. Right. Get my ruler out. It's 7 inches long and 5 inches wide, so it should go into a 7x5 because the envelopes are usually a little bit bigger. So you saw this here, right? I test stamp, so I wanted to make sure I got it straight, so I test stamp on the back. Only us are gonna know it's there. I thought only I'd know it's there, but you know, when I put it all together, I definitely wasn't thinking, was I? So I'm just going to glue that on there. You could actually you could use dots. Yeah, you could raise that. It's up to you. Now that in itself would be a beautiful card to receive. Yeah, we're going to go one step further. Yeah, and we are going to, now as I confessed earlier, I don't have my glue gun because my daughter's got it and I forgot to get it back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces from the winter greenery and we're going to I'm just going to pull them apart, okay, and I'm going to lay them down. I'm going to do everything apart from gluing my flowers on because I do like hot glue for my flowers. Yeah. So what I like to do is position them. Yeah. And they're going to go good there. And then we can bring in these. I don't think we're going to need all 6. But let's. There we go. Oh, that one moved. Yeah, we'll put one a bit further along. Like so. Okay. And then we're going to have our holly. And I'm just going to interleave that in between. Now you could cut out a robin with the dies. Oh my gosh, that robin's gorgeous. And create those. That wants to come a bit further out, like so. There we go. So we've got our flowers now. As I say, I can't glue these on because I haven't got my hot glue gun. So we'll pretend they're glued in, yeah? And then I'm going to pop these in as well. So I've used the drops onto these to create that little red effect. Yeah, Leslie, you love the robin. Yeah, it's absolute beautiful, and crafters all over the world love it. It really is flown out the warehouse. Okay, so you can see I'm going to glue that together. I'm going to go and pinch my glue gun back, but because I've got stamens, there's a little, it's raised at the back, so hot glue really does make a difference. But you can see how gorgeous that looks. It will definitely bring a smile to somebody's face this Christmas. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what you could make. We have all these gorgeous poinsettias, snowy, frosty, vellum. Yeah, in fact, look, I've got an absolute fantastic floral garden to create with. And I made them and had fun with you guys. So, right. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Wherever you are. I know for some of you it's the morning, for some of us it's the evening. Today is the last day for you to save 20% on the buy it all of the festive holly. So if that's something for you, don't miss out, because at midnight mountain time, it's gone. Have lots of crafty fun. It's all about having crafty fun, and I really appreciate we've been a while, and I really appreciate you being here with me. I've had a blast, and I'm so thankful for each one of you. Being part of this crafting family is just amazing. Right, I'm going to stop talking. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, and happy crafting. Okay, bye.